questions have given. I want everyone to please solve those questions and then you can submit the same as an assignment. I think for the entire assignment chapter, one assignment can be submitted. That is the last week's assignment which I've given. I think not last week, maybe Monday, and then the traveling salesman problem. So together you can submit it as one single document. Okay, yeah. And for today's class, I've also shared the theory part of sequencing problem. So I want everyone to please go through the theory part. Anyway, I'm going to explain that. So that is something which can be taken care of. And then we'll start with the new chapter today. Okay? Yeah. So let's start with the second part of module 5, which is about sequencing problems. Okay, sequencing problem. Let's try to understand what exactly the sequencing problem is all about and which are the specific areas where the sequencing problem is applied and what is the background of the sequence. As the word itself suggests, sequencing is a mathematical process, or it is a process where you are trying to arrange certain machines or arrange the entire machines in a particular order. That is one part of the story. And second part is you are also trying to arrange the jobs in which these jobs have to be processed in the machines. Let me give an example to explain this concept more clearly. Let us say there is a company which manufactures chalk paste. Okay. If you are trying to take an example of a company which manufactures chalk paste, there are a lot of processing that happens in the process of manufacturing chalk paste. Maybe first the limestone has to be crushed, then it has to be powdered, it has to be filtered, then it has to be poured into a casting module, then a particular shape has to be got, then it has to be heated, and finally the chalk piece will come into picture. Now all these activities are performed over different machines. We don't say everything is done by one single machine, although the final product is chalk paste, but there are multiple machines involved in the process of actually performing a task. Now, in this particular chapter, we try to understand how the jobs have to be placed or how the jobs have to be processed on various machines so that the overall idle time on the machine can be minimized. The ultimate objective of sequencing problem is to minimize the idle time. That is the whole objective with which the process of sequencing is performed. Now you can ask me a question, why are we more concerned about reducing the idle time? Is it so important for us? Yes, it is very important, because if machines are not optimally utilized, then obviously your return on investment on the machine will drastically come down. If you take an example of MRI machine, for example, I think we all know that MRI machines are very costly and all hospitals and laboratories cannot afford it, right? Because the investment that is made on buying a machine is definitely on a higher side. Now, whichever company or whichever laboratories have bought MRI machine, they have to ensure that they get sufficient number of patients every day so that the machines can be utilized to its optimal level. In case if I have invested around 5 crore to buy an MRI machine, and if the payback period is maximum, let's say 5 or 6 years because of depreciation and other things, and if I'm not getting sufficient number of patients every day to get it done, obviously the idle time of the machines will go up because I'm not utilizing the MRI machine to a level which is supposed to be expected, right? The underutilization of machine or underutilization of capacity of it also will lead to the loss to the company. That is one part of the loss. And second part, if you are not using the machine continuously, if you are not using the machine effectively, that will definitely lead to idle time. Now, there are various reasons why the idle time increases. The most common reason is unscientific arrangement of machines. Let's say in case if all your machines are arranged in a room or maybe in a big hall, maybe in a big plant layout, if you are unnecessarily placing the machine apart, maybe very far off places, then the time required to travel the raw material from one machine to other machine is a waste. Although you have kept all your machines on, but the time taken by the products to reach from one machine to other machine would finally end up increasing the idle time. And therefore, the organizations, they have to plan their layout in such a way that the time taken to travel from one machine to other machine should always be minimum. ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆಗಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ we are not supposed to place the machine in unscientific way. If you start placing the machines unscientific way, or maybe if it is not in a proper order, then obviously it will reduce the efficiency and increase the idle time. So the whole objective of this particular problem or this particular mechanism is how do we reduce the total idle time so that the machines are able to give the maximum productivity, and therefore the loss on the company can be minimized. There are certain technical terms that we normally use as far as sequencing problem is concerned. The first and foremost important factor or fact or concept is processing time. Now, what is processing time? The time taken by a machine to perform a particular task or a particular job is called as processing time. One job na complete ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ one machine ಎಷ್ಟು time ತಗೊಳುತ್ತೆ ಆ time na we call it as processing time. That is one thing. And your entire operations, your entire elapsed time, entire calculations are precisely based on your processing time. One job na perform ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ how much time is required will become the basis for all other calculations. That is the first important concept in sequencing problem. The second important concept is total elapsed time. Now, what do you mean by total elapsed time? The total time taken by all the machines to complete all the job is called as total elapsed time. Let us assume that in a particular company, there are 2 machines and totally 10 jobs have to be done per day. Now, the total time taken by all the 10 jobs to be completed by 2 machines is called as total elapsed time. Andre idee job na complete ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ total time ಏನ್ machines ತಗೊಳುತ್ತೆ, the sum total of that is called as total elapsed time. That is second concept. And third one is idle time. Now, what is idle time? This is a time where machine don't get any job for processing. Adre machine on irutte, adre there is no job being done. It's something like you are keeping your vehicle on in a signal. Ignition on ide, petrol kharchagtirutte, engine oil burn ಆಗ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ, but there is no momentum because you are not actually running your vehicle. That is an idle time, right? So idle time of vehicles can be reduced if you keep your vehicle switch off when you are waiting in a signal, right? You are spending all your energy there. Energy is lost. You're not keeping your engine shut. You keep your engine on, energy is lost, but there is no momentum because the vehicle is not moving further, it is stopped. Our time now we call it as idle time. So the time where the machine is not performing any task, but still the machine is running, then it is called as idle time. And obviously, every single company make all possible efforts to minimize the idle time. ಕೆಲವು ಸಂದರ್ಭಗಳಲ್ಲಿ it becomes impossible to reduce idle time because the way the jobs come to machines would be like that. So wherever it is not practically possible to make idle time zero, at least your objective should be to minimize the idle time. If I'm not able to make it zero, it's okay. At least try to minimize that. That is exactly how we are able to enhance the overall efficiency of any process. And then there is something called as no passing rule. You will be able to understand this meaning of no passing rule when I take up the question, because if I explain the theory, you may not be able to appreciate it. I'll take a question and explain to you. There are certain assumptions we normally make whenever you are trying to solve the problems on sequencing. The most common assumptions I'm just telling you, when I'll take problems for solving, then I'll explain the remaining ones. The most important assumption here is the time taken by a job to travel from one machine to other machine is considered to be negligible. ಈಗ one chalk piece manufacturing process job ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ, let us say chalk piece manufacturing happens using 4 different machines. All right, 4 machines in the job ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. If this product travels from one machine to other machine, obviously we know that some time is required. You can't simply just hop it like that. There is a time required. Here we make an assumption that the transfer of job from one machine to other machine is negligible. We don't really take into account. Yakandre, we presume that the machines are very closely placed, and therefore whatever time that is being taken in the transfer of job, it is not something we really be counted for. It can be considered as negligible. That is one. Second thing is, only one job should be performed by one machine at a time. Multiple jobs na kollik barala. That is again important assumption. At a time, only one job has to be given to one machine. Only upon the successful completion of the first job, the second job has to be fed. You cannot parallelly start giving the jobs. That is something which cannot be acceptable. That is the second important assumption. And the third assumption is the machine can be of different types. It is not necessary that in a factory, all the machines should be homogeneous in nature. Even if chalk piece manufacturing, there could be different types of machine. One could be a crushing machine, one could be a heating machine, one could be a molding machine, and one could be a plastering machine. All these machines are entirely different. There is absolutely no similarity from one machine to other machine. So in sequencing problem, it is absolutely fine to consider the machines of different types. Different types of machines can be employed. We are not concerned about different types of machines here, but you're able to hear me? Sorry, there was a call. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, the call. Yeah. Okay. So I was just mentioning about it. The basic requirement of sequencing problem is the type of jobs what we perform has to be same. I cannot perform different types of jobs and then calculate the idle time. The type of job should be same, but the type of machines can be different. Please understand the difference. Andre, in the chalk piece manufacturing company, I should only manufacture chalk piece. I cannot say I will manufacture cheese, I will manufacture butter, I will manufacture aeroplane. No, it's not possible, right? So the type of product or the type of job what you are performing has to be homogeneous, but the type of machines what you employ to do the job can be different. So machines heterogeneous agirbodu, at the job what you are performing has to be homogeneous. So this is again an important assumption that we make as far as the sequencing is concerned. And then the other important assumption that we make here as far as sequencing problem is concerned is the no passing rule. I was telling about no passing rule. No passing rule andre ishte. See, before any job is performed in any organization or in any factory, the order has to be decided. Yava sequence only the jobs have to be performed, the order has to be set. And once the order is set, on no account, you are supposed to change the order. If I've decided that first job number 1 will go, and then job number 5 will go, and then job number 8 will go, I am supposed to perform or process the job in the same order. The order is predetermined. Illi order predetermined ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ನಾನು accidental ಆಗಿ random ಆಗಿ ಅಥವಾ on the spot I cannot change the order. Okay, this is again an important assumption we make as far as sequencing is concerned. So no passing rule andre you are not supposed to prioritize any job in the process. ಈಗ ನೀವು ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವು ಪ್ಲೇಸಸ್ ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ have seen when VIP come, people are actually made to stand in the queue and they'll be allowed to go. That is called as passing rule. Andre you are trying to give some priority to certain section of people. They don't have to really be in the line, they don't have to really wait. Such things are not allowed in sequencing. The moment the jobs are in queue, they have to be processed in the same order. You cannot jump the queue or you cannot bypass the queue. That is what is called as no passing rule. So no passing rule andre you cannot overtake the previous job or you cannot change the order. Adu illi allow illa. You have to strictly follow the no passing rule. That is something which is an assumption. And then all the jobs are of equal priority. I was just mentioning that. Illi, we are not trying to prioritize the job as superior or inferior. If there are 10 jobs performed, all the 10 jobs are given of equal priority. Right? We are not really trying to distinguish this is a superior job, this is an inferior job, this is a casual one, this is of utmost importance. No. No such classifications or no such barriers are installed as far as the type of jobs are concerned. All the jobs are of equal and all the jobs are of equal priority. That is again an important assumption we make here. And finally, the quantity of output is independent of machine. Very, very important. Right? If machine A is capable of producing a certain amount of output, it is independent of that. You cannot compare all the 5 machines in the organization and say that this particular machine is better or this particular machine is inferior. I'm sorry, there was one more call again. I'm not using today Wi-Fi because from yesterday there is some problem with the internet. So I'm using the mobile data. So whenever I get the call, it gets disconnected. I'm sorry for it. Now is the connection established? You're all able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Sorry, sorry about it. Okay. I think this is some of the general aspects of sequencing problem. I hope you all have understood what is the theoretical background and what is the importance of this chapter. Have you all understood now? Have you got a fair idea about what is sequencing all about? Everyone? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we'll come back to the last part of the theoretical part as far as sequencing is concerned. Which are the different types of numerical problems we have as far as this chapter is concerned? So the entire chapter classified into three categories, or rather three different types of problems. The first category is called as performing performing n jobs through two machines. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಏನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ the number of machines are fixed. In the entire industry or in the entire organization, there are only two machines. But the number of jobs performed on the two machines can be any number. ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಇರಬಹುದು. That is one category of problem. So the first category of question is the number of machines are two and the number of jobs can be any number. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವೇನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ processing n job through two machines. ಇಲ್ಲಿ machines are fixed. Right? The jobs can be any number. That is first category. The second category of question is performing n job through three machines. This is second problem. Second variety in Bharata, the number of machines are fixed to three, whereas the number of jobs can be any number. This is second category problem. And the third category of problem is processing two jobs through n machines. ಇಲ್ಲಿ job fix ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, but machines can be any number. Only two jobs you are performing, but these two jobs are performed on multiple machines. ಇಲ್ಲಿ machines can be any number. 5 ಇರಬಹುದು, 6 ಇರಬಹುದು, 10 ಇರಬಹುದು. Number of machines ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, but the jobs are fixed. This is the third category. In fact, there is one more category which I have missed here. The fourth category is performing n jobs through n machines. Andre, the jobs are also infinite and the number of machines are also infinite. Many jobs performed by many machines, then it becomes the fourth category. So these are the four different types of problems we have as far as sequencing is concerned. So in ನಾಲ್ಕು variety problem solve ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ that completes this chapter. So I'll quickly repeat. The first type of question is processing n job through two machines. Second type questions, processing n jobs through three machines. Third variety, processing two jobs through n machines. And the last category is processing n jobs through n machines. Ali machines number of count iralla and number of jobs also can be any number. So these are the four different varieties of problems or different cases of problems we have as far as sequencing is concerned. So ಒಟ್ಟಾರೆ sequencing ಅಲ್ಲಿ the key point to be remembered here is what is sequencing? Very simple. It is the arrangement of jobs, right, in a particular way so that the total idle time of the machines can be minimized. ಅಷ್ಟೇ. Sequencing the ultimate objective ಏನಂದ್ರೆ machines na idle time na kadame ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. We don't want the machines to remain idle because you have very unscientifically arranged your jobs. Now jobs na correct agi system ge feed ಮಾಡಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ automatically your machines will remain idle, right, which is definitely be a loss to the company, right? That is one important thing. And second thing is overall the maximum number of jobs have to be performed. ನಾವು ಯಾವಾಗ machine idle time na ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ automatically the more number of jobs can be performed. That's exactly what all capital or labor intensive companies are doing. I'm sure if you take an example of garment factory, I think it's a classic example for sequencing problem, right? Alli not even 1% the job rotation can be altered. ಯಾವ ಜಾಬು ಯಾವ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗಬೇಕು, ಯಾವ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು, it has to go in the same order. You cannot first put the button and then stitch the shirt. ಸಾಧ್ಯನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲ. It has to be in the same order, right? Button ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ first shirt stitch ಆಗಿರಲೇಬೇಕು, right? So I think there are many industries where the process has to be logically defined because it becomes humanly impossible to perform a particular task before the previous task is accomplished. And you have to make sure that the previous task is successfully completed so that the new task can be taken up. A sequence na define ಮಾಡೋದು is something which we actually do as far as sequencing is concerned. Okay, so this is the overall theoretical background as far as sequencing is concerned. I think now we can start with the first variety of question, which is processing n jobs through 2 machines. I think one question I have included in the notes, I mean the PDF document which I shared in the morning today. Adರಲ್ಲಿ first question already include ಆಗಿದೆ. I will solve the same problem now, and then the remaining question will dictate later. Can you all please open the document and just see the first question? The first question here is the processing of n jobs to 2 machines. Adರಲ್ಲಿ one problem na nanu PDF document ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ. The same question I'll solve now, and then we will take up the other questions. Okay. So before we start this problem, is everybody clear with sequencing now? The theoretical aspect, the application part of it, and what is the importance of it? Have you all got a fair idea about it? Everyone? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Yeah, so let me start with the first question now. I want everyone to please understand the question, understand the structure of question first, and then we'll try to explain how to solve this problem. Okay, let me read the question for you. Question number 1. 5 jobs are supposed to be processed by 2 machines by A and B in the order AB. The processing time for the various jobs for 2 machines are given below. They've given totally 5 jobs are there, and they've given the processing time of machine A and machine B. And now the question, what are the question asked here? Determine the sequence for the above job. That is first question. And second question is find the total elapsed time. And the third question is find the idle time for machine A and machine B. This is a typical way of asking question. Other exam alli don't expect all this breakup to be there. Direct agi avaru nimge question kelbodu, calculate the total elapsed time and the idle time. Ishte kodode question. Idan kelidre all this question has to be solved invariably by default. Artha agtide nimge? So don't expect every question to be very detailed. Avaru kelde hogli ee 3 questions solve ಮಾಡಲೇಬೇಕು. This is by default. Okay, first you have to arrange the order, then you have to calculate the idle time, and then you have to calculate the elapsed time. These 3 things are minimum things to be calculated, whether it is asked in the question precisely or not. Okay, this is something which is common. Okay, artha madಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Again, it depends on the examiners how they phrase the question. Irrespective of whether they phrase the question in detail or they just sum up the things, these 3 minimum things have to be calculated in all the problems of sequencing. Please remember that very carefully. Okay, so let me start solving the problem. I want everyone to please understand a very simple chapter again. Very easily you can score 10 marks in the exam if you're able to attend this question. And again, it's something very similar to other chapters like transportation, almost like playing a game. If you understand the logic, I think it's very simple. Okay, so let me start the problem. I'll just write down the data because anyway the other part is already there in your notes. They're given the data like this. Job 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 jobs are there. And they're given the processing times of 2 machines, machine A and machine B. So this is 5, 2, 1, 6, 9, 7, 3, 8, 10, and 4. So this is the data given here. Okay, so 5 jobs are there and they are performed by 2 machines. Example in question kottaga, the first thing that you are supposed to understand here, I am again repeating it, I want everyone to please remember this very carefully. The first thing, whenever a question given to you in sequencing chapter, ನೀವು ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ you are supposed to understand to which category the problem belongs to. Does it belongs to case 1? Does it belongs to case 2? Does it belongs to case 3? Or does it belongs to case 4? First reason confirm ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. Because the way we solve the problems in case 1 is different in case 2. It is different in case 3 and it is different in case 4. All the 4 methods has no common approach when it comes to solving the problem. Hagage, the first and foremost thing that is required in sequencing problem is identify to which case the problem belongs to. Can anybody please tell me which are the 4 cases I mentioned? 4 case mention madnala yavidu heli nodona. Which are the 4 types of problems we have in sequencing? Can anybody please repeat that?
Performing n jobs with 2 machines, performing n jobs through 3 machines, performing 2 jobs through number of machines, performing
number,
n jobs.
n
N,
machines. Yeah.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
Performing
Yeah.
n jobs through n machines.
It's very good. So very simple, Ile. The problems where exactly two machines are there. The problems exactly three machines are there. The problems exactly only two jobs are there. And fourth one is the problems with many machines and many jobs. This is four category. This gap cut. Two machine problem, three machine problem, two job problem, and finally multiple job, multiple machine. In all four cases. Now, can you please tell me, looking at the board, to which category this problem belongs to? Is it case 1, case 2, case 3, or case 4?
Case 1.
Case 1. Why it is case 1? Because the number of machines are exactly 2. It is very, very important step. You are supposed to identify which case it belongs to. Case 1 very precisely talks that it is a question where the number of machines are restricted to only 2 machines. Job ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಇರಬಹುದು. 5, 6, 10, 20. We are not bothered about number of jobs. Number of jobs can be anything. We are only concerned about number of machines. Number of machines exactly 2 idre, aga we call that particular problem as case 1. Idu first clarity barbe. Without deciding which category it belongs to, don't proceed further. Now, have you all understood how do we identify the case now? Everybody? Yes or no? Please repeat. Please reply.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Once this is confirmed, now we'll start with the sequencing problem. Okay. If you remember, I was just mentioning about the assumptions of sequencing problem. Assumptions helbekadre, I've made a very important statement that no passing rule is allowed. Andartha, you know, once the order in which the jobs are to be processed is decided, you are not supposed to violate that order. The pre-demand, the prerequisite, or predetermined. All right. Before even the jobs are processed, you are already decided in which order the job should go. Totally 8 jobs there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. First, I should decide which job amongst this 5 should go for processing. First 1 hogbeka, 2 hogbeka, 3 hogbeka, 4 hogbeka, 5 hogbeka. This order has to be decided before we start sequencing or before it is started calculating. All right. And now I'm introducing a very, very important concept now, which is part of sequencing, and that is called as Johnson's rule. What do you call this as? We call it as Johnson's rule. Now, Johnson's rule apply. We are supposed to apply Johnson's rule before we start calculating the elapsed time as well as idle time. Now let's try to understand what is this Johnson's rule all about. And please remember, Johnson's rule is a minimum requirement for all the problems in sequencing. Whether it is 2 machine, 3 machine, n machine, ಏನಾರು order ಇದನ್ನ rule check ಮಾಡದೆ before just checking this or without checking this, you cannot go proceed further. Okay, what is Johnson's rule? Very simple. A Johnson's rule is a principle or is a method which will suggest the order in which the jobs have to be processed. ಯಾವ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾಬ್ ಪ್ರಾಸೆಸ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ, that particular mechanism is called as Johnson's rule. So Johnson's rule will tell you which job has to be processed first, which job has to be processed second, when third, fourth, fifth and sixth. ಎಷ್ಟು ಜಾಬ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ ಅದು ಯಾವ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, that mechanism is called as Johnson's rule. So without deciding the order of the job, you are not supposed to calculate further things. Have you all understood what is the meaning of Johnson's rule, everyone? Ellargu artha aita? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let's try to apply Johnson's rule. ಈಗ Johnson's rule apply ಮಾಡಿ. ಹೇಗೆ ಮಾಡೋದು? You should see how many jobs are there. ಈಗ ಈ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಜಾಬ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ? How many jobs are there in this problem? I'm not talking about machines. I'm talking about
5.
number of jobs. 5 jobs. So 5 jobs. So Johnson's rule, I'm supposed to write a table or maybe a box exactly equal to number of jobs. I job is I box per day, R job is R box. Since there are totally 5 jobs, I'm supposed to write 5 tables. Here is the like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are the 5 boxes. Now, in this box, I'm supposed to decide the order. This is the job number 1, job number 2, job number 3, job number 4, job number 5. E order process agbeku. So E box alli yav job barbeku. ಈ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಜಾಬ್ ಬರಬೇಕು, ಈ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಜಾಬ್ ಬರಬೇಕು, that has to be decided by applying Johnson's rule. Are you understanding? The Johnson's rule will help me determine the order in which the jobs have to be processed. Okay. ಹೇಗೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡೋದು? That's the next question. Okay. Now I want everyone to please listen to me very carefully because this is the whole crux of the problem. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಆರ್ಡರ್ ತಪ್ಪು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ then everything is gone. Okay. The order is very, very important. You should not make any mistake as far as deciding the order is concerned because the order decides the whole fate of the question. Okay. Yeah. Now let's try to understand how to decide the order. I want everyone to please look at the question. Question only. If you look at this question, all these numbers in here, they are called as processing time. We call it as processing time. Now, what is the meaning of this? Very simple. The job number 1 requires ಇದು hours or minutes or days ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. We will assume that it is given in hours ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು. Usually they will not mention the unit, but we'll assume that it is given in hours. Okay. Job number 1 requires 5 hours processing on machine A and 2 hours of processing on machine B. ಅಂದ್ರೆ job ಅನ್ನು ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ machine A is taking 5 hours time and machine B is taking 2 hours time. Similarly, to complete job number 2, machine A is taking 1 hour time and machine B is taking 6 hour time. Likewise, for all the 5 jobs, they are given what is the time taken by the machines to complete, and that time is called as processing time. So, what is processing time? The time taken by the machines to complete the job. One job na complete ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟು time consume ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, and that time is called as processing time. Okay, I hope now we have understood whatever values or numbers given in the question, they're all processing times. Using processing time, I have to decide the order. So the order of the job should be decided purely on the basis of processing time. So processing time na base agi itkondo now order na decide ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. Okay, now let us try to understand how to decide the order. That's the next question. Very simple mechanism. In the entire problem, identify the job which has got the lowest processing time. I am repeating it again. In the entire problem, identify the job which has got the lowest processing time. Can you please tell me what is the answer for this question?
Machine A, second job.
ನಾನು machine ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕೇಳ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಬರೀ ಜಾಬ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. Don't worry about machine now. My question is very clear. Identify the job. Please remember, please correct ಆಗಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Identify the job got the lowest processing time. ಅಂದ್ರೆ job 2 is taking, sorry,
it's 7
hours. Sorry,
sir, like we need to add our like individually.
No. You don't have to add. You have to just see independently. Machine A is taken as a separate.
1 hour.
Machine B is a 1 hour. So 1 hour is the lowest processing time in the entire job. Idi job galalli lowest time 1. Don't worry about the machine. Illi add ಮಾಡೋದಲ್ಲ ಏನು ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. Independent ಆಗಿ ನೋಡಬೇಕಷ್ಟೇ. Idi table ನಲ್ಲಿ the lowest value is 1. That's all you understand. Okay? The lowest value is 1, and where it is corresponding to, it is corresponding to job number 2. Gap ಕಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಈಗ how do I put the order? ಈಗ ನಾ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಗ್ಯಾಪ್ ಕಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. This is again a very important step. If the lowest processing time happens to be on machine A, ಒಂದ್ ವೇಳೆ lowest processing time machine A ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ಆಗ I am supposed to assign the job from left side. Okay, I am repeating it again. If the lowest processing time happens to be on machine A, then assign the job from left side. If the lowest processing time happens to be on machine B, then assign it from right side. ಈ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ನ ಗ್ಯಾಪ್ ಕಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಅದನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ ಹೇಗೆ ಅಂತ. I'll just tell you. I want everyone to please look at the board now. Now you can see that 1 is the lowest processing time. And where is 1? 1 happens to be a machine B. ಒಂದು ವೇಳೆ the lowest processing time machine A ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ then I am supposed to assign from left. This is left. Okay, this is left. If the lowest processing time happens to be a machine B, instead of 1 ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ರೆ ಆಗ machine B ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಅವಾಗ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಸರ್? I am supposed to assign it from right side. These are very important. Please remember this step very clearly. If the lowest processing time happens to be on machine A, then assign from left side. If the lowest processing time happens to be on machine B, then I'm supposed to assign from right side. This is how we decide the order. Did you all understand this step? Ellargu artha aita idu concept? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now let's start doing assignment. Now one is the lowest processing time and one happens to be machine A. So from where I'm supposed to assign? Should I go for the left side or right side?
Left, sir.
Left.
Left, sir.
Left side. So there is one is a machine A, left side is the assignment. So one yav job is there, it is job number 2. Adhe barkotira J2, job number 2. Once a particular job is already assigned, I'm immediately supposed to straight it. Andre adu already assigned aayide. Artha agtidya? Already job 2 is assigned, order is ready. Now the same process to be continued in the remaining jobs, remaining matrix. In the remaining matrix, again, can you please tell me which is the lowest processing time now in the remaining value?
2.
2. Very good. Where is 2? 2, you can see it is on machine B. So machine B is there. Now LS side madbeku, right side al madbeka, left side al madbeka.
Right,
Right.
sir.
Right side.
So right side of the, so which is now this is job number 1. So this is also blocked. The moment you assign, you have to block it so that you will not have confusion. Okay. Again, continue the step. Now in the remaining value, can you please tell me which is the lowest time?
3.
3.
3 ಯಾವ್ದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಇದೆ? machine A ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆಯಾ machine B ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆಯಾ?
A. Machine A.
So ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಬೇಕಾ ರೈಟ್ ಬರಬೇಕಾ?
Left.
Left, sir.
Left side, because whenever it is on machine A, left side. If it is on machine B, right side. So 3 is the next lowest value. It is on machine A. Therefore, job number 4. And it is blocked. Okay. Now in the remaining value, tell me which is the lowest value?
4.
4 ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ? Machine B. So machine B is ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? Right side.
Right
So
side.
this will become A5. Okay. And last, whichever value is there, a minimum remaining direct fill ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. This will become J3. Have you all understood? This is called as Johnson's rule principle. Any doubt with Johnson's rule? Anybody?
No, sir.
Okay. I have taken the most simplest question. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ರೀತಿ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೇಮ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ರಿಪೀಟೆಡ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಇಟರೇಷನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. I will teach you all that, don't worry. I don't want to confuse you with the very first problem with all the other modalities. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ I have taken a simple question where you will directly get the value and there are no repeated value. But ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ತರ questions ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Repeated value ಬರಬಹುದು, corresponding value ಬರುತ್ತೆ. There are different types of problems which I'll take up later. I just wanted to introduce you what this concept all about. So that with this, I think the other iterations you can understand very clearly. ಈಗ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ Johnson's rule ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿದೆಯಾ? Has everybody understood Johnson's rule perfectly? Because this is the most fundamental step. If you make error in deciding the order, then all other calculations will go wrong. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ finding the order by Johnson's rule is very, very critical. Can anybody please sum up what is the important procedure involved in Johnson's rule? ಯಾರೊಬ್ರು sum up ಮಾಡಬಹುದಾ ಹೇಳಿ? Can anybody please sum up this quickly?
Sir, we have to look at the least value in the given matrix, sir.
Very good.
If it's from job A, we need to assign from left to right, sir.
Machine, please.
If it's in machine A, sir, we have to assign it from left to right, and if it's in machine B, we have to assign from right to left, sir.
Very, very simple logic here. Machine A ನಲ್ಲಿ lowest value ಇದೆ, left side in the assign ಮಾಡಿ. If it happens to be in machine B, then go from the right side. And please remember, immediately after assigning a particular job, please block that. ನೀವು ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನೇ ಮತ್ತೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ತಗೊಂಡು ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಕ್ಕೆ ಶುರು ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So you can just put a arrow, I mean into mark like that, indicating that already that particular job is assigned. ಅದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ರೆಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಗೆ. ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಜೋರಾಗೆಲ್ಲ ಹೊಡೆದಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇಡೀ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಅನ್ನ ಗೀಚ್ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಡಿ. It is only for your reference. You can just slightly put an into mark, giving you an indication that this is already assigned. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ? So this is what we call it as Johnson's rule. ಈಗ everybody has understood Johnson's rule. Okay? So ಇದು first step complete ಆಯ್ತು. Once the Johnson rule is completed or the assignment is completed, now the next or the last part of the question is calculating elapsed time and idle time. Andre all sequencing problem alli total agi 2 step irutte. Step number 1, it is by applying the Johnson rule, decide the order. That is compulsory. And once the order is decided or once the order is finalized, the last step in this question is calculation of elapsed time and idle time, which is second part. Only very simple procedure. Only two parts irutte. Part A, Johnson rule, and part B, calculation of idle time and elapsed time. Part A complete agide. Now let's start calculating the values of part B. Okay, so shall we start with the part B now? I think in another 2-3 minutes I should be able to finish that. Shall we start? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Let me start now. Okay, you can just use the same table or similar type of table when you solve the problem also. Again, confusion. Now I have to write a table. Here table the first column should be always job. First job ankolle. Then I am supposed to write machine A. Adralli ಎರಡು column ಬರುತ್ತೆ. One is called as in and other is called as out. Next machine B. The next is machine B. Again there are two columns in that. One is in and other is out. The last two columns is idle time for machine A is the next value. Next to idle time for machine B is the next one. So these are the minimum columns to be drawn. This is exactly how your sequencing problems looks. If you have this order, it is just like a pro forma. In accounts, template baratala. Adhe tara for sequencing problem, whenever you have a question on case 1 and there are two machine problem bannaga, this is a minimum. This is exactly how your template should look like. The first column should be your job. Again, in machine A, there are two columns there, in and out, and machine B, in and out, and finally, the idle time of machine A and idle time of machine B. Okay, this is the template you have to follow whenever you have a question sequence. Now, let's start solving the problem. First column, job. Ili job hege barkobeku andre, the order that you have got by Johnson's rule, the same order has to be written here. I cannot write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 anta bariyangilla. Please don't write the question here. You are supposed to write the jobs, the order in which you have got in Johnson's rule. Johnson's rule is order bandide, ade order job. Okay, that is one very important thing. So which is the first job? 2. 2 is the first job. 2 ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ next ಯಾವುದು 4. 4 ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ next ಯಾವುದು 3. So 3 ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ next ಯಾವುದು 5. And 5 ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ the last is 1. Please remember, I am supposed to write down the job in the order that I have got from the Johnson's rule. Illadre Johnson's rule ge arthane iralla mane. Right? Doesn't make any sense. So we are supposed to use the order by applying the Johnson's rule. Is that clear? Everybody got this step? Yes or no? Please reply. Yes or no? You're able to follow me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let's start solving the problem. Huh? Okay. So before we start the problem, please remember this step very carefully. Irrespective of whichever job it is, either job number 2 agirbodu, 3 agirbodu, 4 agirbodu, 1 agirbodu, you don't worry about which job it is. Always the first job andre not the first. Andre which is the first job to be performed here? Number 2. Idu yavu bekara agirbodu. I will take this as position. This is the first position. The first job aim perform agutte, that always starts at 0 minute. This is an assumption. Please remember, ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ 2 ಗೋಸ್ಕರ 0 ಅಂತ ಬರೀತಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾವುದಾದರೂ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಗಲಿ, whichever number it is, the first job that is processed in the machine shall be starting from 0. That is what you are supposed to assume. ಇದನ್ನ 0 ಅಂತ assume ಮಾಡಿ the entire table na calculation ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. I have to do the entire calculations. Okay. Now a very important step. Once you have started the job at 0 minute, how do I calculate the remaining values? Now let me come back to the question. You please come back to the question now. All these values what they given, they are nothing but your processing time. Processing time and the time taken by the machine to complete that particular job. Correct? Now job number 2. Let me go to job number 2. Job number 2 ನಲ್ಲಿ machine A is taking 1 hour to complete job number 2. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು 0 minute ಗೆ ಜಾಬ್ ನ ಶುರು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. What time the job will be completed on machine A? It will be completed at first minute. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ? Are you able to follow this step? Since it is started in 0 and machine A is taking 1 hour to complete job number 2. So from starting at 0, it is taking 1 hour time. So 0 plus 1, it becomes 1. And the job number 2 starts at 0 and completes at machine A at 1 minute or 1 hour. Artha aita? You understand this, everyone? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now there is a very important condition. What condition is there? Whatever job that is being done by machine A, the same job is sent to machine B for further processing. This is very important step. Job number 2 one day. This is single job. A single job na 2 different machines ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. One machine A ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು machine B ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. So if machine B has to be given a job ಅಂದ್ರೆ first the machine A ನಲ್ಲಿ complete ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು. You all agree with me? Since it's only one job, only once it is completed by machine A, I can give it to machine B. Illandre machine B ಕೊಡಕ್ ಬರಲ್ಲ. You agree with me on this? Everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what does it mean? I will be able to start the job number 2 at machine B only at first minute. ಯಾಕೆ first minute ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಶುರು ಆಗುತ್ತೆ? Why I cannot start at 0? ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನು ಅದು machine A ನಲ್ಲಿ ರೆಡಿ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. Only once the machine A completes its part of the role, then this machine will transfer this job number 2 to machine B. ನಾನು ನಿಮಗೆ ಒಂದು assumption ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೆ. ಏನು assumption ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೆ? The time taken to transfer the job from one machine to other machine is negligible. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ 1 ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 1 ಅಂತಾನೆ ಶುರು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ನೀವು ಕೇಳ್ಬೋದು ನನ್ನ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆನ, ಸರ್ 1 ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಹೆಂಗೆ 1 ಗೆ ಶುರು ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ? ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಟೈಮ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಲ್ವಾ? ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು assumption ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. The time taken to transfer the job from one machine to other machine is negligible. ಅದನ್ನ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. Okay, we presume that immediately the job will start in the next machine. So if one complete agutte, immediately at the first minute the machine B will start working on job number 2. Now go back to your data. In job number 2, machine B, how much time it is taking to complete? Can you please tell me? Machine B ಎಷ್ಟು ಟೈಮ್ ತಗೋತಿದೆ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ?
6 hours.
6 hours. ಅಂದ್ರೆ if the job is starting at first minute or first hour, at what time the job will be completed?
7.
7. Very good. In plus processing time will give output time ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಯಾವ ಟೈಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಶುರು ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನೀವು processing time ನ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ that will give you the output time. Very simple. There is no rocket science. So now you can see that on machine B, the product will come out exactly at 7 hours. Here first job complete sequence complete time. It starts at 0, completes at 1. Again it starts at 1 and completes at 7. Now I am supposed to calculate idle time. ಏನು idle time ಅಂದ್ರೆ it's very simple calculate. ಇಲ್ಲಿ we presume that all the machines are sequentially arranged ಅಂದ್ರೆ centralized ಅದು. ಒಂದ್ಸಲ ನಾನು ಸ್ವಿಚ್ ಆನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಎರಡು ಮೆಷಿನ್ ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಶುರು ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನಾನು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಮೆಷಿನ್ ಏನು ಆನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮೆಷಿನ್ ಬಿನ ಆನ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. I will develop the system such that all the machines are switched on together. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎರಡು ಮೆಷಿನ್ಗೂ 0 minute ಗೆ ಶುರು ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಮೆಷಿನ್ A was not idle. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ 0 minute ಇಂದನೇ ಕೆಲಸ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದೆ, ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಅದೇನು idle time ಇಲ್ಲ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಮೆಷಿನ್ B started at first hour. ಅಂದ್ರೆ for the last 1 hour it was idle. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ the idle time of machine B 1 hour ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ಲಾಜಿಕ್ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ? Both machine A and B are started together, but idle time ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಏನು? The process is on, I mean the machine is on, but the process is still not on. ಎರಡು ಮೆಷಿನ್ ಶುರು ಆಗಿದೆ, ಆದ್ರೆ ಜಾಬ್ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ ಯಾವಾಗ ಮೆಷಿನ್ ಬಿಗೆ? The machine B got the job only at the first hour. ಅಂದ್ರೆ for 1 hour it was free or it was idle. So that is called as idle time for machine A. So machine B ಗೆ idle time 1 hour ಬರುತ್ತೆ, but idle time for machine A there is no idle time because it started exactly at 0. ಎರಡು 0 ಗೆ ಶುರು ಆಯ್ತು, ಆದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾಬ್ ಶುರು ಆಗಿದ್ದು 1. ಯಾಕೆ ಜಾಬ್ 1 ಶುರು ಆಯ್ತು? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ unless it is completed by machine A, the machine B will not have the raw material. ಆ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗದೆ ಮೆಷಿನ್ ಬಿ ಗೆ ಏನು ಸಿಗಲ್ಲ. ಅದು ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆನೆ it will start working on it. Are you getting the point now, everyone? Did you all understand how I got the idle time of B now?
Yes,
Yes
sir.
or no?
Yes, sir. Sir, just a small confirmation, sir. We need to assume that all the machines are started together in every problem, no, sir?
Correct. That's what I said. Since all these machines are interconnected and sequentially connected, ಒಂದ್ಸಲ ನೀವು ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಸ್ವಿಚ್ ಆನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇಡೀ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರಿ ಇರೋ ಅಷ್ಟು ಮೆಷಿನ್ ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಶುರು ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ದೇ ಆಲ್ ಕಮ್ ಅಂಡರ್ ದಿ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಲ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಬ್ಯಾಚ್ ಪ್ರಾಸೆಸಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ಬ್ಯಾಚ್ ಪ್ರಾಸೆಸಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅದು ಒಂದೇ ಸಲ ಕಾಮನ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಒಂದ್ಸಲ ಆನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ all the machines will get the power supply simultaneously.
Okay, sir.
You understood now? You got the point?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Now we'll move on to the next one. Here, first job completed. Now the second job is 4. Here, can anybody please tell me at what time the job number 4 should be started now? ಯಾವ ಟೈಮ್ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? Just apply your common sense and tell me.
8th, sir.
Huh?
7th or
No. ಇಲ್ಲೇ ತಪ್ಪು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿ. ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಎವ್ರಿವನ್ ಟು ಸಿ ಹಿಯರ್. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಮೆಷಿನ್ ಎ ಇದೆ, ಇದೊಂದು ಮೆಷಿನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಲೆಟ್ ಮಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್. ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ಎರಡು ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್, ಇದು ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಈಗ ನಾನು ಮೆಷಿನ್ ಎ ಗೆ ಈ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಜಾಬ್ ನಂಬರ್ 1. ಇದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ 1 ಮಿನಿಟ್ ಗೆ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆದ ತಕ್ಷಣನೇ ದಿಸ್ ಚಾಪ್ ಪೀಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಗೋ ಟು ಬಿ. ಅವಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಎ ಎಂಟಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಖಾಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. The moment A has completed the previous job, the next job I can give here. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ನಿಮಗೆ? ನಾನು B ನಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾಬ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗೋವರೆಗೆ A ಕಾಯಬೇಕಾದ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. A doesn't need to wait till B completes. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ B is this is a totally different product. First product ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಇರೋಗುತ್ತೆ. Now the second job can come. So second job ಯಾವಾಗ ಬರುತ್ತೆ? The moment the first job, ಈ ಜಾಬ್ ಯಾವಾಗ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, immediately I can give the second job to B. Then it will come to B. Then the new job will come. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ? Do you all understood this logic now? Now can you please tell me what time the second job should start now? Job
Sir,
number
1,
4.
sir.
1, sir.
1. Machine A is free by first hour. 1 hour ಆದ ತಕ್ಷಣ machine free ಆಗೋಯ್ತು. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು already is given to machine B. The moment 1 hour ಆದ ತಕ್ಷಣ the next job can be given. So next job ಯಾವಾಗ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ first hour ಗೆ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. Are you getting the point now, everyone? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now can you please tell me what time the machine the job 4 will be completed on machine A? Go back to your question. Machine A, job number 4, it is taking 3 hours. So 1 is shuru agre, so what time it will complete? It will complete at 4.
4, sir.
It will complete at 4. You understand, everyone? Okay. Now, can you please tell me job number 4, machine B ನಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಟೈಮ್ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? What time am I supposed to start the job number 4 on machine B?
8 sir.
7th.
7. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು 4 ಗೆ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕೆ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ? Because still the previous job is continued. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ? Machine B is not free till 7th hour. Just because machine has completed the job early, you cannot simply load it. Load ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕೆ ಲೋಡ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ? ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನು previous job ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಜಾಬ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ವೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. Even though the machine has completed the job at 4th hour, I cannot start at 4th hour because the machine B is not free. I hope you all remember an assumption which I've told. At a time, only one job can be processed in one machine. Once ali ಒಂದೇ ಜಾಬ್ ನ ನಾವು process ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. Multiple jobs cannot be processed at the same time. That's a very very important assumption of sequencing. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದ್ಸಲಿ ನಾವು ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ಜಾಬ್ ಮಾತ್ರ process ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. Since the previous job is still on, I can start the new job only at the 7th minute or 7th hour. 7th hour ಶುರು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಅಂದ್ರೆ I should see when the previous job is finished, ಆ ಟೈಮ್ ಗೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಜಾಬ್ ನ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Okay. Now come back to the question. So question number B, the fourth job here. What is the time taken by machine B? It is taking 8 hours. So 7 should have 7 plus 8. It becomes how much? It will become 15. Now we'll look at the idle time. Again, I want everyone to understand this step very carefully, very clear. Idle time very simple. The time at which the previous job is completed and the time at which the next job is started. The time at which the previous job is completed and the time at which the next job is started. Other difference we call it idle time. First time. Very simple logic. The time at which the previous job completed and the time at which the next job is started. Yava finish aaytu, next yava shuru aaytu. Either a difference I call it idle time. 1 minus 1 0. So no idle time. Illu ashte. Previous job 7 complete aaytu, next job 7 complete aaytu. So no idle time. ತುಂಬಾ ಜನ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ 7 minus 4 3 ಅಂತ ಬರೀತಾರೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ machine idle ಆಗಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. The job was idle. Please remember this very clear. Job ಕಾಯ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು, machine ಕಾಯ್ತಾ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. Okay, here we are not bothered about jobs. Job ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ದಿನನಾರು ಕಾಯಲಿ, we are not bothered. We are only concerned about machines, because the whole problem of sequencing is based on machines, not on jobs. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ನಿಮಗೆ? Did you all understood the calculation of idle time now? Very simple. Previous job ಯಾವಾಗ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಯ್ತು, next job ಯಾವಾಗ ಶುರು ಆಯ್ತು, ಅದರ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ನ we call it as idle time. Okay, here we are not calculating the idle time of job, we are only calculating the idle time of machines. Okay, clear? Everyone has understood the logic now? Everybody? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now can you please tell me for the job 3 ಹೇಳಿ ನೋಡೋಣ ಈಗ. What time job 3 will start now? I want now people to please participate.
Hello,
in
sir.
class.
4.
Sorry? Yeah, job 3 will start immediately at what? The hour time complete at 4. So it will start at 4. You please go to the question and tell me now. So job 3 is time to how much time it is taking? A?
Hello, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, tell me. Hello?
Hello, sir. We have one more session of calls.
Oh, yeah.
It's
It's
already
already
11.
15. Okay. Which class you have now?
Rashmi ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So anyway, I thought I'll just finish one question and so that you understand the logic and that. Okay, no problem. Okay, we'll continue tomorrow. No problem. Okay. I'll just stop. I'll just redo this question again tomorrow. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. I'll just complete this question tomorrow and we'll do it once again.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.